Tiger Woods has stared down some of the most intense moments in sports history without blinking. Major championship pressure, devastating injuries, and media storms that could crush anyone else. But last week, when he was asked a simple question about his son Charlie, something happened that no one saw coming. His voice cracked. His eyes welled up. And what he said next sent shockwaves through the golf world. This wasn't Tiger the legend or Tiger the polished competitor. It was Tiger the father. For a few rare moments, the mask dropped. His words weren't about swing mechanics or tournament scores. They were about something deeper, more human, and unexpectedly emotional. The room fell silent. Reporters froze mid-sentence. Cameras rolled, but no one dared move. Because what Tiger revealed wasn't just a story about golf. It was a glimpse into the heart of a man who's watched his son grow up under the same unrelenting spotlight he once faced, and who now understands just how heavy that spotlight can be. We've all seen the adorable clips of Charlie Woods copying his dad's swing, the heartwarming father-son moments on the range, and the rising list of junior tournament wins that made headlines. But those snapshots only tell part of the story. What Tiger Woods revealed recently pulled the curtain back on what life inside the Woods family has really been like. The pressure, the late-night talks, the quiet fears that even a legend can't escape. He didn't have to say it. He could have smiled, given a safe answer, and moved on. Instead, Tiger chose honesty over polish, vulnerability over image. And in doing so, he showed the world that behind the trophies and the legacy, there's a father doing everything he can to help his son carry a weight only they truly understand. What he said next would change how people see both Tiger and Charlie forever. It was supposed to be a routine press conference. Questions about Tiger's health, his schedule, maybe a few light comments about his son. Then a reporter asked a simple question. Tiger, how do you feel watching Charlie compete at such a high level? Everyone expected the usual proud father response. Instead, Tiger paused. Not the kind of pause that fills a soundbite, but the kind that feels heavy, real. He looked down, took a breath, and when he finally spoke, his voice cracked just slightly. Everyone wants me to say I love watching him play, and I do. He began. But honestly, sometimes it terrifies me. Because I know what I'm watching. I know what this path does to you. And there are nights when I wonder if I've done him any favors by being who I am. The room went still. Reporters froze mid-keystroke. For a moment, Tiger Woods wasn't the icon, the champion, or the legend. He was just a father, wrestling with the cost of greatness and the shadow his son now walks in. This wasn't the composed, guarded Tiger Woods the world was used to. This was a father stripped of his armor, speaking from a place of raw honesty. His voice wavered as he continued, revealing thoughts that had clearly been building for years. Charlie didn't choose this, he said quietly. He didn't choose to be born into this spotlight, to have every swing compared to mine, to carry expectations before he's even old enough to vote. I gave him a gift, the genetics, the access, the knowledge, but I also gave him a burden. And I'm not sure that's fair. For a man who has conquered the sport's greatest stages, it was a stunning admission of doubt and vulnerability. Then Tiger shared a moment that broke the room. He described coming home after one of Charlie's toughest tournaments, a missed cut that left the teenager devastated. Tiger found him in the garage, long past midnight, hitting balls into a net, tears streaking his face. I walked out there, Tiger said, and I saw myself. Not the me who won tournaments, the me who put so much pressure on myself that I forgot why I loved the game. And I realized I passed that down to him. Not intentionally, but it happened. The expectations, the perfectionism, the belief that anything less than greatness is failure. It was an unguarded confession from a legend who finally let the world see the cost of chasing perfection, not just for himself, but for his son. Tiger revealed a moment every parent who's ever pushed their child in sports should hear. Sitting beside Charlie in that quiet garage, he asked a simple question. Why do you play golf? Charlie's first answer was about winning, about being good, about making his dad proud, every response rooted in external validation. So Tiger asked again, softer this time. No, I mean when it's just you and the course, why do you play? Charlie hesitated, unable to find an answer. That's when Tiger realized something was deeply wrong. His son had become so consumed with expectations that he'd lost the simple joy of the game. The love that once fueled him was buried under pressure. Tiger admitted he'd seen the signs but ignored them, convincing himself that pressure built champions because that's what had shaped him. But seeing Charlie's tears under the dim light of that garage changed everything. In that moment, Tiger realized his own formula for greatness might not be the right one for his son, and that maybe, just maybe, Charlie's journey needed to be about happiness, not perfection. Tiger shared something he wishes someone had told him when he was young. He told Charlie that he doesn't owe him or the world anything. The only person he owes is himself. And what he owes himself is the freedom to discover who he truly is, both as a golfer and as a person, without carrying the weight of his father's past. That moment stunned everyone because it went against everything people thought they knew about Tiger Woods. 4 years, Tiger was defined by perfection, toughness, and the relentless drive to win. Hearing him speak about fulfillment and happiness over pressure and achievement was a complete shift. Tiger explained that his own perspective changed after his car accident and the long road back to walking and competing again. It forced him to face the truth that he's not invincible, and that there's more to life than trophies. That realization reshaped how he views Charlie's path. "I don't need Charlie to be me," Tiger said firmly. "He doesn't have to win majors, break records, or carry my legacy. I just want him to be happy. If golf is what he loves, great. If he finds something else, that's great too. My job isn't to create Tiger Woods 2.0. It's to help Charlie become the best version of himself." Reporters scribbled notes, but many were visibly moved. This wasn't about golf anymore. It was about fatherhood, growth, and the courage to redefine success. Tiger admitted he hadn't always gotten it right, but is learning to do better. He recalled watching Charlie play recently, relaxed, smiling, joking with friends, and still performing well. Watching that joy, Tiger said, meant more to him than any win. "For years, I thought my job was to teach Charlie how to win," he said quietly. "But it's not. My job is to teach him how to compete with joy. Winning without happiness is empty. Competing with joy, no matter the result, that's living. And I want him to live, not just achieve." The Tiger Woods of 15 years ago probably wouldn't have said any of this. That version of Tiger was consumed by dominance, by legacy, by records, by proving beyond doubt that he was the greatest to ever play the game. But life has humbled him. Injuries, setbacks, and time have reshaped him into someone far more grounded, and arguably, a far better father. That I end the press conference. Tiger also touched on something he never had to face during his own rise: social media. He spoke about how every shot Charlie hits is dissected online, how every round becomes content, and how every comparison to Tiger himself is amplified across the internet. He admitted that sometimes he wants to defend his son, to tell critics to back off, but has learned that engaging with the noise only fuels it. Instead, he focuses on creating a safe, quiet space at home where Charlie can process all that pressure without letting it consume him. They've even made a rule about it. Outside the house, Charlie is Charlie Woods, Tiger's son, the young golfer under the microscope. Inside the house is just Charlie, a regular teenager who plays video games, hangs out with friends, and happens to be really good at golf. That separation, Tiger said, is crucial for Charlie's mental health and sense of identity. "The world wants to define him by his last name," Tiger explained. "I want him to define himself by his character, his values, his effort. If people remember him as a great person who also played golf, not just Tiger's son chasing an impossible standard, then I'll consider this whole thing a success." That redefinition of success might be Tiger's most radical shift yet. It's no longer about trophies, titles, or history books. It's about peace, purpose, and raising a young man who knows his worth, whether or not he ever wins a major. For someone who's been defined by winning his entire life, to now say that character matters more than championships marks a profound evolution. It shows that Tiger Woods has been doing some deep soul-searching, rethinking not only his own legacy, but what kind of values he wants to pass down to his son. He even revealed that has changed how he coaches Charlie. In the past, their conversations centered on technique, swing mechanics, course management, and strategy. Now, the focus is on something much deeper: the mental and emotional game. They talk about handling disappointment, staying present, and finding joy in the process rather than obsessing over the result. Tiger admitted these are lessons he's still learning himself, even after decades in the spotlight. One of the most powerful moments of the press conference came when Tiger was asked if he worries about Charlie feeling trapped in his father's shadow. Tiger's response was immediate and passionate. "That's not a shadow he needs to escape from," he said. That's a light he can choose to step into or not. And whatever he chooses, I'll be right there supporting him. The shadow only exists if we buy into the narrative that he has to be me. He doesn't. He gets to be him. And if people can't see that, that's their problem, not his. The sharpness in Tiger's tone made it clear how deeply this issue affects him. He knows the weight of the Woods name, the comparisons, the scrutiny, and is determined to help Charlie handle it differently, more healthfully, than he did himself. Tiger closed his remarks with a line that perfectly captured everything he's learned through this journey. At the end of the day, golf is just a game. Family, love, and peace of mind, that's what matters. If Charlie has those, then we've both already won. At the end of the day, Tiger Woods said, I don't care if Charlie wins 100 tournaments or never wins another one. What I care about is whether he can look at himself in the mirror at 40 years old and feel proud of how he lived his life. That's the only scorecard that actually matters. Everything else is just numbers. What makes this statement so powerful isn't just the words, it's what they represent. They represent growth, humility, and the courage to evolve. They show a man who's come to understand that being the greatest golfer in history doesn't automatically make you the perfect father. They show a father willing to challenge his own mindset, to change course when he realizes his old methods might not be what his son truly needs. Most importantly, they represent genuine love, the kind that values a child's happiness and peace over any record or legacy. Since Tiger's comments, the golf world has been buzzing. Some have praised his honesty and emotional vulnerability. Others have debated whether this softer, more balanced approach could dull Charlie's competitive edge. But here's the truth. Tiger doesn't care about that debate anymore. He's made his choice. His son's well-being matters more than his scorecard. And that might be the most courageous thing Tiger Woods has ever done for years. We've seen Tiger and Charlie sharing moments on the course. The matching outfits, the smiles, the fist bumps. But now, thanks to Tiger's honesty, we see the deeper story behind those images. A story not just about golf, but about growth, redemption, and the kind of love that transcends trophies. That a story about a father learning to let go of his own expectations so his son can discover his own path. A story about recognizing that love sometimes means stepping back rather than pushing forward. If this story moved you, hit that like button and drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on Tiger's revelation. Have you ever had to redefine success for yourself or for someone you love? Let's talk about it. And make sure you're subscribed, because the conversation around this is just getting started. We'll see you in the next one.